Good morning, my coffee run lover friends. I hope you're fantastic, awesome, and of course, ridiculously amazing on what is a very glorious, well, almost glorious Monday here. The weather report today is it is a little overcast, but we've got some workmen here building a deck. Oh my God, you guys, I've got to tell you, it's really interesting. Before we get into today's topic, one of the things that I think is really fascinating is how long we put off actioning the things that we want for a whole bunch of different reasons. Hi Jody, welcome to Monday. And I think one of the things that's really curious is that we've been talking about having a deck built for probably the last 5 years, and finally, just now, we're getting it done. So I can't wait. There'll be live streams happening out there. I'll work out there. It'll be a really lovely place to hang out. So I'm really excited to share that with you when it happens. What I wanted to talk with you about today, though, is not just about that. It is about giving social media, giving the people what they want, right? Now, not your children. You don't need to give your children what they want all of the time. But the thing that we've really got to be looking at is giving your audience what it is that they want. Good morning, Kate. Giving your audience what they want, and of course, social media platforms what it is that they want. So the thing that social media social media is really amazing for you growing your business, for you positioning yourself. And if you have got any desire to grow your business this year, towards the rest of this year, then you can't afford to not be on social media. We don't know what the hell is going on with the lockdowns. We don't know what's going on with the economy. We don't know anything other than you have got to have a presence online and you've got to be able to leverage it. So some of the things that we need to consider are, what kind of content is social media rewarding you for creating? What kind of content is your audience going to need to hear from you? What types of content do they need from you? And how are you going to do that? So what I wanted to talk to you about today was a little bit of a process of, I guess, what I think is really, really crucial. And one of the things that is absolutely needed right now is that big, scary thing that is video. Now, I remember, I don't know about you guys, who's been worried about putting themselves out there online? I know I used to really worry about it. Hands up if you've been worried about putting videos up of yourself online. Yes, I was one of those people as well. Some things that I talked about last week were around really trying to be very professional when I was putting myself out there. I used to be really worried that people wouldn't understand me. I really slowed my speech down because I was worried that people wouldn't be able to catch up. And for me, what that meant was that I kind of like lost that natural kind of, it's almost like that cadence that happens when you're delivering in your zone of flow almost. What I think is super important when you're giving social media what they want is looking at the things that they're rewarding you for in terms of organic reach, more pushing out your content to more of your audience. And one of the things that we cannot ignore right now is video. So for those of you who are adverse to video, I get it. I was that person as well. I've been there. The good news is that we've got ways of being able to kind of prepare you really, really well for doing it. And the first thing that you've got to remember is that practice really does make for a more polished delivery, if you like. If your goal is a polished delivery, then practice is the thing that's going to give you that. But the other thing to remember is that what's more important, if we're thinking about the P's, is personality. So personality beats professionalism any day of the week. In my opinion, I think that, and my opinion is the be all and end all. Sorry, I'm just looking for my notes because I just actually want to write that down. See, this is what happens when you're in your thing, right? So we've got professionalism, we've got perfection, we've got personality, right? So really, if you think about it, we can be going for professionalism, and there will be a way that you deliver. If you feel the need and the desire to come across being very, very professional, then there'll be a way that you deliver your content. If you are wanting to make everything perfect, then you probably won't deliver any content out there. Let's be honest, you know, perfectionism is the killer of creativity. Perfectionism is the killer of results. Perfectionism is the absolute killer of of motivation, actually, and really getting yourself out there, because you're constantly going to be looking to polish it, to refine it, to do all of the things that are just really the opposite of you making things work. The other thing that you've got is personality. Now, if you think about social media and you look at the posts that come through your page, through your news feed, what are the ones that really grab you? More often than not, I'm guessing it's the ones that share a bit of personality. That's the stuff that gets me. It gets me. It's the copy that I read where I see myself in them, and I'm just like, oh my God, you know, yes, that's like, they get me. They understand me. I'm with them. You know, the people that I see sharing like dad jokes and also providing, you know, some kind of result or educational component as part of their content, I'm just like, yeah, that's it. Exactly. You know, for me, it's personality that is going to grab me anytime. And what I'm really looking for is seeing somebody who is real. I want somebody who is not just trying to, I guess, you know, fake it till you make it. Hello, Evie. Happy Monday. So for me, hi, Joan, the things that we've got to look for are putting video out there, being real, and being personable, right? Using and sharing your personality. The other things that are really, really important. So the way that you show up is imperative. Now, obviously, if your market, maybe it's not obvious actually, because, you know, if your market, if the people buying from you are very, I'm going to be really judgy. And I don't mean this to be a negative thing. I'm just going to be very specific with some groups of people. So if you need to kind of capture and get the attention of people, I was watching this TV show called Young Wallander the other day. We were talking about, was it Wallander? No, there was a show or a movie we were watching where they had to appeal. Oh, I know what it was. It was The Greatest Showman. And in The Greatest Showman, Hugh Jackman was talking to Zac Efron, and he was saying, I need you to teach me how to appeal to the highbrow people, right? So they were, as in The Greatest Showman, he's putting on this performance. It's all about the people who don't necessarily identify as normal. So it was the bearded singing lady, there's the extra super tall man, and it was like classified as the circus, right? And he would generate a specific kind of group of people into that environment. He really wanted to know, and he was doing that. That was great. But he really wanted to appeal to the highbrow people with a different type of thing. So he had to adjust what it was that he was doing to appeal to them, and had what he was doing with the circus one really appealing to them. So if we think about the way that you're going to show up, if you really want to show up in a certain way to connect and engage and bring in a particular kind of group of people, then that will adjust your delivery, right? Whereas the people that I want to bring in are people who are real, who are funny, who are gracious, kind, who are brave and courageous, and really want to help a lot of people, and more concerned with doing that than maintaining some kind of status. So that's the kind of people that I tend to attract. That's the people that I tend to work with. Now, that doesn't mean that some of them aren't making millions of dollars a year, because they are, right? So it's more the personalities that really connect and engage with people. So you've got to know who you are as well as who you want to connect with. And then you can start getting into the content. So one big thing that doesn't seem to have been going away anywhere soon, anywhere fast, and it's really been paramount and really prevalent over the last, probably, I would say the last 3 years, are Facebook live videos, particularly live streams. And what we're finding is that there's more reach. You will get rewarded with more people seeing your videos, which is what you want. If you're going to go out there and be visible, if you're going to go out there and step into your spotlight, if you're going to go out there and start marketing on social media, then you would be crazy to not invest your time and energy into giving the social media platforms what they want, which is video content, preferably live video content. So, you know, treat it like like doing squats at the gym. You might not love them, but you're going to do them because you know it's going to produce a result. Or washing the dishes. You might not enjoy washing the dishes, but it's going to give you a nice clean kitchen and make you feel better after it's all done. Hi, Jeanette. Nice to see you. So you've got to know who you are and how you're going to leverage your personality and how you're going to leverage your delivery. You need to know who your audience is, and you've really got to decide that you're going to go out and give the platforms what it is that they really want. So how do you do that? Because it's all well and good to go, all right, I'm motivated, I'm excited, all right, let's turn the camera on. Hi, Leanne, let's turn the camera on and go live. And then you go, what the fuck am I going to talk about? You know, there's nothing worse. I hate it. I've normally got something bubbling away in my head throughout the morning before I jump on here and go live for you guys every day. So I've either been talking to clients, or there's something that I've journaled about, or there's something that I've got in my list of things that I want to talk about, or on my, check this out, something that I've got, oh gosh, my tripod is very firm today. Hang on. So I've got this web of awesome sitting over here, which the people coming to Visible Live next week are going to learn how to create, which is really freaking exciting. So sometimes I'll be like, sometimes I'll look over here and I'm like, oh shit, what do I want to talk about? And then I'm off and running. So you've got to know, to me, you've got to know what it is that you're going to talk about, because when you don't know what you're going to talk about, it can kind of lead to a bit of a jarring type of video. So take some time to do the prep work. So in your prep work, what you're going to do is this. You're going to know what you're going to talk about. You are going to want to have some stories ready. So some stories that are really important are stories that are going to connect and engage with the people who are watching you. So if you're a health coach and you tend to help people who have maybe women who have had children and who are really wanting to find some other mothers to connect with. Let's say that that's what they're looking for. You might be able to tell a story about a time where you felt really disconnected and maybe isolated and alone, and then this is what you did to be able to help with that, or this is what you learned, or this is what you help your clients with, and then this is where you are now. Right? So you've got to have a story ready. What we were talking about earlier in this live is how excited I am to have a deck being built. We were talking about how I used to be very professional when I started doing my videos, and actually how by inserting my personality into everything that I'm doing, rather than making my personality wrong, then everything started working for me. So what are the stories that you're going to share? I think the next thing that is really, really important, and actually possibly definitely the most important thing is to know your content. Now, I know that each and every one of you who is starting to put yourselves out there, you're an expert in what it is that you do. You don't have to be the top performer. You don't have to be the number one in your industry. You don't have to be a number one best-selling author on Amazon, which is a bunch of bullshit, which that's a whole topic for another day. You don't have to be the best in the world in your industry at doing what it is that you do, but you do need to be an expert at what you do in terms of how you move people from one point to the next. Otherwise, you've got no business being in business, right? You've got to know how to move people from point A to point B. So that is where your expertise lies. So I help people who either feeling invisible to getting visible, or who are already visible to then scale and leverage all of that so you can build a really strong freedom-based business that affords you the lifestyle, the luxury, the choice outside of, not restrictions. Hey, Linda, to be able to do what it is that you want to be able to do. So that's what I do, right? So what is it that you do? Because when you know your content and when you know, right, I am the expert in this, and you've only got to be seen as an expert in your audience, right? Hey, Teresa, you don't need to be seen as an expert compared to your peers. You just need to be able to be in front of where your audience are. Otherwise, you can't help them. So when you know your content, the next thing, and again, like I know I keep saying like this thing is really important. The next thing that is ultimately important and that should really ripple through everything that you're doing is speaking with certainty and speaking with conviction, right? There is something that is so powerfully magnetic from when you hear from someone who is completely unapologetic about what they do, why they do it, how they do it, and who they do it with, right? There's kind of like this energy exchange that goes from them, almost from their, from their chest, from their heart space, that just kind of goes like whoosh out into the world, into the internet, and then captures those people who are watching. When you speak with certainty and conviction, I can guarantee you that your people will listen to you, they will watch you, they will binge all of your stuff, and they will be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is the thing that I needed to hear today. This is the thing that I needed to learn today. And then everyone wins. So here's how everyone wins. The platforms win, right? So whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever you happen to be going live or posting your video, the social media platforms win because they get content that they can use and push out to their audiences, which means that they win, the social media people win, the social media platforms win, because what they're able to do is they're able to then have more people on the platform consuming and watching their content, which means that they can put more advertising in front of those people, right? So the social media platforms win, e.g. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. So if we've got the platforms winning, then who's the next person that wins, or the next thing that wins? It's your audience. Your audience win because you know your content, you're sharing stories, you're speaking with certainty and with conviction, you're able to help them, you're showing up, you're sharing your personality, you're not being stiff and professional unless your audience are really stiff and professional and that's, what they're going to resonate with, then go for it. So your audience wins. So the platforms win, your audience wins. The next people who win are you, because you're able to get out there and reach more people. You're able to communicate and do that from a place of what makes you feel good, with what feels natural to you. You can cut straight through the noise, and that is what's going to really absolutely connect with your audience and help them to see that you are the expert at what it is that you do. So it helps the platforms, it helps the audience, it helps you. And that, of course, means that it's positively impacting the overall greater good. It's good for the world, because what's going to happen is when you've got the platforms happy, your audience are happy, and you are happy, then everybody then is able to get out there and do more of what they do in the world. Your audience can take leaps and bounds with the problems that they're facing and being able to get the help that they need. You're able to motivate and inspire people, and the platforms are winning as well. So win-win-wins all the whole way around. Good morning, Maxine. Happy Monday. So to tailor, we don't want to tailor anything. To tie all of this off, the thing that is absolutely important is that you've got to know what platform you're on and what they are prioritizing in terms of the types of content that they're pushing out there for free. You want to be able to leverage absolutely everything humanly possible that is available to you, because you'd be mad not to, and use that to do more of what you do in the world and help more people in your audience. So that is what you have to go and do. Yes, that is all you have to go and do. That's it. And all of that is just about doing more on video. Video right now are the things that are really, really getting the most benefit at the moment on social media with how you're able to reach people. So make sure you are doing that. All right, my friends, on that note, if you have any questions, make sure you let me know. We are talking about, as I said, you've got to have that plan with knowing what you're going to talk about, knowing what your stories are going to be, knowing how it is that you're going to put those out there and everything like that. If you need a plan for not only how to do that, but how to really create consistent content that positions you as an expert in what you do, then you need to be in Visible Live. Now, that is happening next Friday. So we have actually got, let's see, so next Friday and next Saturday. So we have got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sleeps to go. I am so excited. I'm so excited to deliver this live to you guys. It's going to be so powerful. I've delivered this content now to hundreds of people over the last couple of years, and it's just really, it's not only fun, but it's also, of course, super transformational, and you'll walk away with your content plan all completely mapped out, your positioning mapped out, your theming all mapped out, everything mapped out for the next probably at least the next 18 months. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. But otherwise, you know what it is that you need to do. And that is to get out there, go help some people, have a whole ton of fun doing it. All I need you to do is remember that the world is ready for your brand of awesome. Have an amazing day. And if I don't talk to you before, I will see you tomorrow.